I think the biggest thing is, stop, waiting until you are at a level. Say, I'm gonna get to this level, then I'm gonna get into it type thing.
Hmm.
Just start. I think, and I think that's probably for like most things.
Hmm.
If you just start, get your hands dirty. I use. I've stopped playing with the local hacking networks just because I find it a pain to maintain and update. I've been using CTFs now to play with. Just go into a CTF, play with. There's like stuff like Hack the Box, Hack Smarter. There's like so many out there now, which wasn't the case previously.
Yeah.
But there's so many places, and they do like they'll have free labs that can teach you attacks. And I think the one thing people maybe miss is it doesn't matter how many YouTube videos you watch or how many training videos you watch, the hands-on keyboard experience, you still can't get away from that. That is actually doing the attack. I can watch it's like this attack, this video of how this attack works, but without doing it, I'm not. I'm
Yep.
going to forget it or not going to be able to do it properly. So, uh, there's so much resources. You almost don't have an excuse to
Right.
to break into cybersecurity. And I mean, cybersecurity, I would say like the initial. I mean, if you start at the very beginning, like A plus security plus level, if you start there, you don't need to decide if you want to do offensive or defensive yet. You can almost
Yep.
it's almost the exact same path until you have to split off. It's the same fundamentals. It's the same understanding.
Yep.
Even if you learn, say you want to eventually pivot to defensive, if you learn that offensive side, it's still beneficial for you
Yeah.
later on. Both.
Yep.
They just complement each other so well.
Yeah. There's a lot of overlap basically between the two, and the specialization comes in later after a
Yes.
lot more experience. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was
And I mean,
my.
like, sorry, I get a lot of questions with people like, I want to become a red teamer. It's like, yeah, that's all good and well, but that's not really a place where you can start.
Right.
You sort of have to start, you know, do the fundamentals well until you do pen testing, and then you'll find it a lot easier. I just think like imagine put yourself in the shoes of I want to be a red teamer. You haven't red teamed one day in your life.
Yeah.
A company hires you and say like, there you go. Here's the Cobalt Strike. You're the red team now. Imagine,
Yeah.
you don't, from experience, you won't be able where to start or what to do. So
Yeah, because ultimately what we're doing, right, is we're taking things that are supposed to do A and we make them do B when they were not designed to do B. So, in order to do that, you really have to know how A works to make it do something it wasn't designed to do. Makes sense.
yeah,
You definitely need that foundation.
yeah, and also like from a company point of view, if you have a consultant working on your network, and I say consultant on purpose, they know what to do not to break your network, because I mean there's certain ways to break a network as well, or an app or a database. If you don't know what you're doing, it
Yep.
can be potentially dangerous in the sense that it will cost the company money to recover, or whatever the case is.
Yep. Downtime or loss of data and things like that.
Mm.
Yep. Absolutely.
And also, as a pen tester, you're the first one to get blamed if something goes wrong.
Yeah,
So
even when it's not you, right?
yeah, experience will help you when somebody comes to you and is like, this is done. Was it you? It's like, nope,
Yeah.
it was not me.
Yeah, that happens very frequently. Like even like you're not even doing a pen test, and the client's like, "Is this you guys?"
Yeah,
Nope.
yeah. We've got clients like I think like 6 months later, they're like, is this you guys? It's like, no, yeah, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, but you're right. We're always the first.